one of your contract and then it's called risk. Okay? Some bigger real estate agency have a cover note situation. Look at it. It's not real strong. And it doesn't actually cover, the ones I've seen don't cover body corporates either. And there's the other misconception. I'm in a body corporate, I don't need insurance. No. The minute you walk through your front door, your floor coverings, your paint, your glass, your appliances, your cabinets are all your responsibility. The body corporate's the outside, you're the inside. Public liability as well. I had a case once where someone tripped on a patio outside, slipped on some tiles. If they hadn't fallen over the balcony, it would have been body corporate. But because they didn't fall over the balcony, and they tripped on my tiles, like the client's tiles, it was our public liability. So it's a minefield. Okay, best thing to do, show due diligence, get as much in place as you can, and hope for the best a lot of the time. And that's life, isn't it? A lot of the time. Cover notes, yeah, you can get one for your car. A lot of the insurance companies, depending on how good of a customer you are, may give you 14 days. A lot of them do insist that you take out a full policy. I just say to my clients, tack it on your car insurance or tack it onto something else that you've got. Try and get a multiple policy deal. Within a 14-day period, you normally know whether you're buying this house or not. So it shouldn't cost you anything for the exercise. Again, that's going to vary between insurer and insurer. Building pest searches, they're all there to help you make an informed decision on your home. We touched on a couple of instances with building and pests. Now, one thing that could be deemed reasonable is that if your property is infected with whiteheads, you as an average Blow Joe, unless you're a pest controller, aren't going to know. Okay, we're in Queensland, there's a lot of whiteheads around. And unless the munchies are in your home, I don't think it's unreasonable for you to ask for them to be treated. If they're in the mango tree at the back or the neighbour's fence or a retaining wall, let them eat it. Alright? By all means get them treated, but I don't think it's reasonable that you approach a seller and ask them to put a barrier in it for $5,000. Which happens a lot. I see termite barriers as a preventative maintenance, and their warranties are for a very long time. Why should, just think of yourself as a seller, why should you be paying for a barrier that's going to be there 5 years when you're long gone? It's like keeping your paintwork up, keeping your wiring up to code, things like that. As I said, we negotiate very hard. People have their hearts set on properties. They want to make that commitment. We're referees in the whole process. But building a pest is a sticky one a lot of the time. Now your finance condition, this one's, it's pretty self-explanatory. The finance condition on your contract needs to be completed in full. There's 3 sections: buyer's financier, the amount, and the date. As a rule of thumb, we work on a 14-day period. Depending on the workload of the banks, like prior to Christmas 21, you'd be going well. Okay, your standard contract's normally 7 to 14 for building and pests. That's your major hurdle, especially when you've got your pre-approval for your finance. Your finance in 14 days, your searches in 14 days, and settlement 30 to 45, depending on if there's tenancies or the owners, whether they're moving or not in their situation. A lot of people think I'll just get the broker to write me out a decline, I can't get money. No, they work that way as well. These guys have an ethic and an oath they have to carry out. They can't just bodge you up a decline letter like they used to 20 odd years ago. So if you're getting to that point and you've come unstuck with your finance, you're going to need to back that up. Okay. So once you're through your finance and your building and pests and that, and you're pretty well over it actually by this stage, you're sick of talking to me and your conveyancer and your broker and you just want to run away and hide. We normally then sit out, you've got your mortgage documents coming in, in the finalisation of your stamping, things like that, and then your big settlement day. That's exciting. Alright, now settlement day, this is a real reality check. Oh my God, what have I done? You've skimmed over the interest that you're going to be paying on this property for the next 30 years, and you had the heart attack back 2 weeks ago, and it's now reality. What happens is that we all get together in the CBD with our checks and our paperwork, and we physically attend settlement and exchange documents. We don't do it electronically. Okay? So there's a lot of parties to set up. There's the seller's bank, seller's solicitor, us, you and your bank to all go to the one spot. Settlement actually takes 2 seconds, if that. It's shuffle, 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 and it's all over. We then get a phone call, and you get a phone call to say it's all yours, go and pick up your keys. But prior to that, you are entitled to a final inspection, okay, and you organise that with your sales agent. I like to recommend to our clients that they go and look at the property when it's vacant. I find a lot of accidents and sentimental things happen to sellers when they're moving out. They like to take the light shades, or they like to take the curtains or the mailboxes. Believe it or not, yes, it happens.
Fountains.
And fountains and plants. And okay, so it's best when the sellers have vacated that you go and have your final look with the agent. Give us a call, say it's all good, and then I go and spend your money. Best part of my job. I spend tens of thousands of dollars every day. Love it. But again, there's nothing we can't fix, even at that late stage. If for some reason we all can't get everyone together and there's a hiccup, okay, there is a little bit of etiquette that goes in there, in that you can ask for a small extension, but you could be paying for it. The current Proctor rate is 11.45% on your purchase price. So you're looking at around $130, $160 per day for every day you don't complete settlement. That's not also including the vulnerability that you are putting yourself in for being in breach of contract. You don't want to be in breach of contract because you're going to lose your deposit. You could be sued. Because if the seller then goes on and sells it for 20k less, guess who's paying the difference? You will be. So again, be organised. Never want to be late for settlement, but it can happen. Okay? But you'd be very unlucky. In the 20 odd years I've been doing conveyancing, I've had 2 that have used it as an opportunity to terminate. Okay? They obviously had a change of heart in selling. There wasn't a lot we can do. They were just waiting like little predators to pounce, and that happens too. Alright, basically I've covered everything, I hope. Real estate, as I said, great thing. Nothing beats owning your own home. I could ramble on for hours, the process, the he's, the she's, the what coulds, what. Every situation, every contract is different. Okay? No 2 contracts and no 2 people are the same. So I treat a lot of our contracts like it's my home that I'm buying. I search things in consultation with you, obviously, but my goal is to drive the boat. You guys are coming along for the ride, and together you're going to own a house at the end of the day. Now, to reward you for being here tonight, Eaton Lawyers would like to offer you a 15% discount off of our professional fee if you were wanting us to help with your conveyancing in the short term, long term. Our business cards have been in your information packs tonight. Just mention that you've met me tonight here at the Aussie seminar, and a discount will be applied to your fee. So that's a saving of about $115. See, aren't I generous? No. All right. Thank you for your attention, and I'd like to open the session up for any questions. Yes. Hello.
So what's your the standard fee for conveyancing, say, like a genuine?
For purchasing a property?
Yeah, for purchasing.
Okay. Our professional fee is $770, which includes GST. On top of that, you'll have outlays and searches, and also your government stamp duty.
Yeah.
Now,
so what is your searches then?
they range depending on what council you're buying in, whether you're buying a house or a unit. I say to most people, allow 800. We charge you what we get charged for the information, and if we're getting searches in before your finance condition and doing it in a fast manner, you are then having to pay extra fees to get those results in time. Council will do searches in 10 working days, that's 14 days. So if I don't start them until after you've done your building a test and we know that the house isn't going to fall down, we're not going to make that time frame. So you have to fast track them.
Okay. So what is the lawyer's fee full stop altogether?
$770.
Yeah, but everything on top is...
With everything, the searches and that?
Yeah, on an average, that's what I think.
Yeah, to buy a house?
Yes.
Yeah. 770 and 800, so what's that, just under 1600?
1600, yeah.
1700 for a body corporate, because you have, for a unit or a body corporate, because that's an additional search.
1700.
But again, the Queensland Law Society, and I should have mentioned this earlier, have put out a conveyancing protocol. If I can, I'm allowed to say, there's a lot of sausage factories out there that just churn these contracts over. Okay, a lot of steps are missed. So the Law Society decided, well, enough's enough, because conveyancing is one of the highest claims for our insurance in our industry, because of the oversight and the younger people working in and following a tick and flick system. Don't always work. Okay. So they put out a protocol, and I put a copy in, Nathan's got that in your packs, and it's a list of searches that are available for you to do. It looks like this. And it explains each and every search that's available and the costs as at today's date. Alright? So you can see, like if you were to get a local government rate search, it gives you rates information, position of sewage and draining pipes. Right? And they put a response thing out the side, standard or optional. Optional means that depending on whether you, like if you were buying a property in Stanford, you're not going to do a railway search. No choo-choo trains out there. You see what I mean? So this is what this form's designed to do.